Have you ever wondered if it's truly possible to find love again in your later years? Or maybe you've watched friends or family remarry after 60 and thought, could that be me? Today, I want to share a story that goes beyond romance. A story about hope, heartbreak, and the wisdom that comes from embracing the realities of aging and companionship. If you're considering a new relationship in your golden years, or simply want to understand the deeper truths of growing older, this is a journey you won't want to miss. Before we begin, if you find value in these stories and reflections, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. Your support helps us keep sharing lessons that matter. And as you listen, let us know in the comments, have you ever considered starting over in love after 60? Type yes or no. Your honesty might inspire someone else who's watching right now. Let's begin. Loneliness is a quiet companion for many in their later years. After decades spent raising families, building careers, and caring for others, the silence of an empty home can feel overwhelming. It's only natural to crave connection, to long for someone to share meals, laughter, and even the mundane moments of daily life. That's exactly how Leonard, a 67-year-old widower, felt as he approached his retirement. For years, Leonard had poured his energy into his children and his work, never imagining that he'd spend his evenings alone. His wife, Elaine, had passed away suddenly when he was just 48, leaving him to raise their two children and navigate life's storms on his own. At first, Leonard found comfort in routine. He filled his days with gardening, volunteering, and the occasional visit from his grown children. But as the years passed and the visits grew less frequent, the walls of his house seemed to close in. Birthdays, holidays, and quiet Sunday mornings all felt emptier. One day, Leonard confided in a friend, "I never thought loneliness would feel so heavy. I thought I'd enjoy the freedom, but what's freedom without someone to share it with?" It was during this period that Leonard met Clara, a 63-year-old retired teacher at a local community center. Clara was warm, witty, and had a zest for life that drew Leonard in from their very first conversation. She loved music, adored her grandchildren, and had a gentle way of making everyone around her feel at ease. Their friendship blossomed quickly. They began meeting for coffee, taking long walks and sharing stories about their lives. Both had experienced loss. Both understood the ache of empty rooms and missed voices. For the first time in years, Leonard felt hope flicker in his heart. After 6 months of companionship, laughter, and growing trust, Leonard and Clara decided to marry. Their families were supportive, their friends cheered them on, and for a brief, shining moment, it felt as if life had given them both a second chance. But as anyone who has lived a long life knows, even the brightest new beginnings can bring unexpected challenges. Within days of moving in together, small differences began to surface. Clara was meticulous about cleanliness, while Leonard was more relaxed. She preferred quiet evenings, while he loved having the television on for background noise. But the most surprising and painful challenge came from something neither had anticipated. Clara was sensitive to a subtle scent that lingered in their shared spaces, something she described as the smell of age. At first, Leonard was embarrassed. He showered more frequently, bought new colognes, and even changed his laundry detergent. But no matter what he tried, Clara still complained. "It's not your fault," she said gently. "It's just something I can't get used to." Leonard felt hurt, confused, and even a little angry. After all we've been through, after all this time, could something so small really come between us? He wondered. Their story is not unique. As we age, our bodies change in ways that can be surprising even to ourselves. Scientists call it non-enol, a natural compound that can create a distinct scent in older adults. It's not a sign of poor hygiene, It's simply a part of the aging process. But for Leonard and Clara, it became a daily source of tension. They tried everything: air purifiers, scented candles, and even sleeping in separate rooms. But the discomfort lingered, and so did the hurt feelings. After just 2 weeks, Clara quietly packed her things and moved out, leaving Leonard alone once again. In the aftermath, Leonard felt a mix of grief and relief. He realized that while companionship is precious, it cannot erase the realities of aging or the need for acceptance, both from others and from ourselves. If you're still watching and finding these reflections meaningful, type 1 in the comments. Your engagement helps us know that these stories matter. What can we learn from Leonard and Clara's experience? First, that love in later life is both possible and complex. It brings with it deep joys and equally deep challenges. The desire for connection doesn't fade with age, but the realities of our bodies, habits, and histories can make new relationships more complicated than we expect. Here are a few lessons that Leonard, and many others like him, have discovered. 1. Acceptance is essential. Aging brings changes, some visible, some invisible. From wrinkles to slower reflexes, from shifting energy levels to new scents, these changes are part of the human journey. The most successful later life relationships are built on mutual acceptance, not the illusion of youth. If you're considering a new partnership, talk openly about your expectations, your habits, and even your insecurities. True intimacy grows from honesty and empathy, not from pretending to be someone you're not. 2. Independence is a gift. Protect it. After years of managing households, raising children, and making decisions, many older adults cherish their independence. Moving in together or remarrying can mean blending routines, finances, and even living spaces. This can be a source of joy, but it can also create friction. Consider the story of Marjorie, a 72-year-old artist who remarried after a decade of widowhood. She and her new husband, Paul, agreed early on to keep separate apartments. "We love each other deeply," Marjorie says, "but we also love our own space. We visit, we travel together, but at the end of the day, we each have a place to call our own." This arrangement isn't for everyone, but it highlights the importance of honoring your need for autonomy. Independence isn't selfish, it's a foundation for healthy, lasting relationships. 3. Communication is everything. Many misunderstandings in later life relationships stem from unspoken expectations. Leonard and Clara never discussed their sensitivities or boundaries before moving in together. If they had, perhaps they could have found a compromise or realized sooner that their needs were too different. Before making big decisions, have honest conversations about everything from finances to family traditions, from personal space to health issues. The more you communicate, the fewer surprises you'll face. 4. Embrace lifelong learning and growth. One of the greatest gifts of aging is the freedom to keep learning. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, exploring technology, or even navigating the world of online dating, growth keeps us engaged and resilient. Take inspiration from Joyce, a 90-year-old who became a local celebrity for running a food stall late into the night. When asked why she kept working, she replied, "When you do what you love, you never tire. And if you do feel tired, that's just another kind of joy." Joyce's story reminds us that passion and curiosity have no expiration date. Every day is a chance to learn, adapt, and find new meaning. 5. Accept that not all relationships are forever. Life is a journey of meetings and partings. Some relationships last a lifetime, others are brief but meaningful. The pain of separation is real, but so is the wisdom it brings. After his brief marriage ended, Leonard struggled with disappointment, but over time, he learned to let go of regret and embrace the present. He found joy in small routines, reconnected with old friends, and discovered that his worth wasn't defined by his relationship status. Remember, every goodbye shapes us. Instead of clinging to what was, focus on cherishing the moments and people you have now. If you're still with us, type 2 in the comments. Your presence means a lot, and your stories help build a community of support and understanding. Aging gracefully. Practical wisdom for later life relationships. So, what does it really mean to seek love or companionship as you grow older? Here are a few guiding principles for anyone navigating this path. Be honest about your needs. Don't be afraid to express what you want from a relationship, whether it's daily companionship, occasional visits, or simply someone to talk to. Set boundaries. It's okay to protect your routines, your independence, and your well-being. Boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges to healthier connections. Stay open to new experiences, whether it's learning to use new technology, exploring a new hobby, or making new friends. Openness keeps your spirit young. Value yourself. Your worth isn't measured by your relationship status. Celebrate your journey, your resilience, and your capacity for growth. Find joy in the present. Don't let fear of aging or past disappointments steal your joy. Every day offers opportunities for laughter, learning, and love. As we close, I want to leave you with this. Aging is not a decline, it's a transformation. It's a time to embrace who you are, to honor your story, and to seek connection on your own terms. Whether you choose to remarry, live independently, or simply cherish your friendships, know that your journey is unique and valuable. What stood out to you today? What lessons will you carry forward? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your wisdom could be the encouragement someone else needs right now. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more reflections on aging, relationships, and living fully at every stage of life. Thank you for being here. And remember, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you build with yourself. Keep growing, keep loving, and keep shining, no matter your age.